Hello everyone and welcome to my morning report chart analysis videos on Tuesday 25th of July with me, Rich Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a slightly dollar negative open today, nothing too significant. There's a bit of an equity markets rebound and this is all sort of coming ahead of the Fed meeting which begins today and gets announced tomorrow. But yeah, there's a mild sort of bit of euro strength. You've got yen strength as actually, no, yen's actually turned around. Big upside move in the last few minutes on the dollar yen, interestingly, and sterling has also sort of come back, but the euro is hanging on to its strength. Equity markets, as I said, fairly positive today, but they have been weak recently, and that's coming as this oil price has rallied. The oil price has rallied on the back of news out of this OPEC non-OPEC meeting that perhaps Nigeria was going to start to comply or at least actually take part in the OPEC production cuts. So that has benefited the oil price certainly today. Gold initially had been higher by a couple of bucks. It's now sort of reversed that and now lower by a couple of bucks. So yeah, some interesting moves as the dollar has just started to sort of take account of the fact that treasury yields have ticked higher today on the 2-year and the 10-year in front of the Fed meeting, and that is beginning to just sort of filter into the dollar. Nothing too significant yet, but yeah, we are seeing a little bit of a turnaround on that dollar performance as this sort of market is taking account of that treasury yields rally. Or I should say treasury yields rise. Now, nothing too significant in terms of the data today. We've had our early doors, the German EFO numbers, and it increased again, business climate, to 116 which is record highs. Incredible moves that we've seen on the German EFO, and it remains very strong, and that does reflect positively on the euro, certainly on the German economy, which obviously impacts strongly on the euro. So that is a positive. You've also got into the afternoon now Case-Shiller House Price Index improving to 5.8%. Then consumer confidence, which will be the big number of the day, 116.5, which is down marginally again from the last month's 118.9. So you've just rolled over the top on consumer confidence in the States in the last sort of couple of months, but it'll be interesting to see if that has a negative impact on the dollar. And then the Richmond Fed composite, which is expected to be around about 7, which, if I get the data chart, is where it was last month, but just sort of still positive, which is certainly a positive factor here. Market's been, or the Richmond Fed has been positive for 7-8 weeks now. So yeah, sorry, 7-8 months. Anyway, my chart of the day is the Euro Yen. Now, Euro Yen has been an interesting chart because Euro Yen has been moving sideways, but that move sideways has come after a strong run higher. And the market sort of topped out at 130.75, went sideways pretty much. That was the the ECB day last Thursday, and the market sort of consolidated back since then. But look at these momentum indicators. MACD line is tracking lower, stochastics tracking lower, RSI sort of hit 60 yesterday, which was a 4-week low. And we're now sort of breaking this uptrend channel. Market is certainly consolidating. Will it turn into a top pattern? Well, the key support is 128.50, and 128.50, as you can see on the hourly chart, has been tested a couple of times in the recent weeks and held. Now the market has been finding a pivot around 129.75. Resistance had been supportive. That level became resistance, and again becoming resistance again, and again has been tested this morning. And the market is just sort of a little bit reluctant at the moment to break above 129.75. So if you break above 129.75, reopen that high at 130.50. But 129.75, effectively the market is ranging sideways, you would argue. And that's what this hourly chart is telling you with the momentum indicators. The hourly RSI moving between 30 and 70, that's classic sort of range trading. Stochastics and MACD lines are also reflecting a fairly sort of neutral configuration, but it'll be interesting to see if the sort of yen strength that is pulling through the dollar starts to play a factor in this, because the market is moving sideways. But for now, you'd certainly say this is a range trade, and 128.50 is the key support. But the momentum indicator is rolling over. Interestingly, sort of moves to a more arguably corrective outlook, but certainly for now we're trading sideways. But that support 128.50 and then 130.50 on the upside could be a lower high below 130.75. The market is sort of in the middle of this range. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.